Welcome to the Encouraging Cup. I'm Dr. Boomer Brown with Doing Good at Work. Well, today's free resource is called I'm Exhausted. The subtitle says what to do when you're always tired, when that fuel gauge is on empty. Well, if you're like me, you go hard, you work hard, you play hard, you live hard, and at the end of the day, you're tired. If I have several days in a row, or maybe a week or a month, I do feel exhausted. But what I want to say to you today is the normal patterns of getting tired, they're a part of life. But in this little booklet here, it's talking about more than just the normal tiredness that we experience. This is when we truly are physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, and spiritually exhausted. We are just drained. And it goes on for years and years and years. And sometimes people just try to ignore it. You see, part of the world today says that, hey, you should just get over your exhaustion and move on. The problem is sometimes it's a little deeper than just getting over it. When you're tired and you're exhausted, when you feel like all of your resources are spent, when you're sitting there and you feel like you just can't go on, you're at the door of depression, or maybe you've stepped right inside that door. You can see that hopelessness is just over the way. Then you need to stop. You need to ask the question, why am I so exhausted? And then the bigger question is, what do you do when you're always tired? Well, the first place that we would like to encourage you to go if you experience a long-term fatigue, we think you should probably see a doctor, see a physician, have them do some blood work and find out if this could be linked to your levels of iron, other sources, vitamin D, other things in your system that chemically may be off just a little bit and is causing, or at least it is the source of the beginning of your exhaustion. I know currently my wife has been diagnosed with CML. It's a type of leukemia, chronic myeloid leukemia. One of the first signs that she had, and we didn't even realize she was sick, was that she was very tired and she got exhausted or became tired quickly. And that wasn't like her. So when she went to have her annual physical, they did a blood workup and they found that her white blood cells were at extremely high levels. That led to some additional tests and eventually, a bone marrow biopsy. What we found out is her white blood cell count was so far out of whack, it was affecting the red blood cells and the other healthy cells in her body. And she was literally exhausting herself and her blood system. So I would say if you have been experiencing exhaustion for a long, long time, I would go see my physician and talk to him or her about that. Start at that place first. But then there are also other reasons that sometimes we overlook. It's that mystique. It's the fact that we don't want to admit that we are mentally exhausted, or we could be experiencing some type of mental health disorder. We don't want to admit that. And part of healing and getting better from experiencing exhaustion continuously is taking assessment of your mental health. You see, if you're not getting enough rest, if your stress levels are extremely high, if you're eating a poor diet, not getting the kind of exercise you need, and your mental health, your thoughts, your ideas, what's going on inside your mind are heavy, they're hard, you're not finding many solutions, then that can lead you down a road where you get disenchanted. And over a long period of time, the combination of physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual exhaustion can leave you completely kaput. I'm going to encourage you to go see the physician. Take a look at some of these normal patterns of behavior. But here's one thing I would say to you that is very important. Don't overlook the importance of God in this situation. Don't leave God out of your mental health recovery, your recovery from exhaustion. Invite God into that situation. Remember that we are weak, but He is strong. Remember that we are not in control of many of the things in our lives. He's always in control. He's always available. He's always on. He is always the most powerful source in the world. And last, realize that you just can't handle everything that happens in your life. You think you can, and you just want to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and keep going. But the truth is, we need someone beyond us. We need the most powerful source in the universe to come into our life through a personal relationship and help us walk through the healing process, whether that includes physical healing from a physician, drug therapy, different types of things, like my wife takes her special pill every night for the rest of her life. It's brought things under control. It's not gone away, but it's still there. But medicine is helping. Talking to someone like a mental health first responder, finding a counselor or a trusted friend that you can talk to, a pastoral assistant, someone that can help you unpack what's going on. These are all avenues that work together to help you recover from potentially being always exhausted. I hope this helps today. And as always, remember, you can request the free resource. Just click on the button. You can also request via email a conversation with a mental health first responder, or we can refer you to some professional counselor in your community. Listen, thank you for stopping by today to listen to the Encouraging Cup. We hope it's encouraging because we're here to serve you, to love you, and to care for you. Your employer cares enough about you to provide the employee care plan. Thanks for watching this week's Cup, and as always, we hope you'll come back next week on the Encouraging Cup.